Hello and welcome on G&T Creator YouTube channel. Today I will show you how we can use a Singleton Design Pattern for a WebDriver instance in our Selenium BDD framework. By the way, I have a video of framework creation from scratch. It will be easier for you if you just watch that video first. So let's start from the basics and create the new feature file in our framework. So let's open our IntelliJ IDEA and here I have the features folder. Let's just do the right click here, a new file, and let's name it Google.feature. All right, and click return. So right here we just need to create the basic .feature scenario. So let's name it. The first word is going to be like feature, and Google search function. Test, right? And then the next keyword is supposed to be scenario, and let's name it. Let's just search page test, search page test, and there's gonna be only one step here. So given a user is on another Google page, user is on. You see, it want me to like create user is on the Google page, but I already have this in step definition. So let's just name it like user is on another Google page. All right, and let's add the tag here. So the tag is gonna be at WIP, which means work in progress. All right, so we're done here, and in our runner. Let's open our runner class. So we already have dry run set to true, and we added this tags work in progress WIP here. So it means we can run it, trigger it to just generate the step definitions right here, right? So click run, and yeah, we have test failed. So given only one step, right? Just copy that. And I already have this in step definitions. So I have two empty steps, and they related to the different feature file I had before. So let's just add our step here. So user is on another Google page. Let's delete internal thing. All right. So what we need to, how is it gonna work, right? So how would I call the driver instance if I need to go to the actual Google URL? So this is the common Selenium WebDriver instance, right? We need to drive WebDriver driver equals to new. You can use Chrome driver. I'm gonna use Firefox driver, right? And then next step is going to be like a driver.get, and let's open the actual page Google URL. So driver.get, and here we need to paste the actual URL of the page. So google.com right here. Let's copy that, paste it to our framework. So in our runner class, let's change dry run to false. So we're gonna execute our code, right? And let's execute it from here. So I have a runner class here, and let's just click run. So it's supposed to open the Firefox and go to google.com right here. You see? Yeah. So it works properly. So that's the original way to call anything into your it's not a Singleton Design Pattern, it's just a regular way to call, create an instance and use it in your step, right? So today I'm going to show you the Singleton, right? So let's talk about Singleton Design Pattern and what is the difference in between this approach and Singleton. So the Singleton Design Pattern is a creational design pattern that ensures a class has only one instance and provides the global point of access to that instance. So in the context of Java Selenium testing, using the Singleton design can be beneficial when you want to ensure that there is only one instance of a WebDriver through your test execution. So it could be like a Chrome driver, Firefox driver, etc. So this helps in managing the browser session efficiency and avoid unnecessary overhead. So let's create the Singleton Design Pattern and use it. So I'm gonna comment this 2 lines right here. This is just to show you the difference in between those. So under utilities, I just need to hit new Java class and let's name it driver. All right, so in driver, which steps do we need to reproduce to create the Singleton Design Pattern? So first one is to create the private constructor to enforce Singleton pattern, right? So it's gonna be the private driver. Private driver right here. Okay, so what's the next step? So I'm going to use the thread local to store WebDriver instances for each thread. So I need to create the private static inheritable thread local. You see it's right here, inheritable thread local right here. So the entity is going to be the WebDriver. Yeah, right here, WebDriver. So let's name it driver pool. And it's going to be a new inheritable thread local. All right. So what's next? The next step is going to be I need to create the method to get an instance, right? It's going to be a getter. So public static WebDriver. And it's going to be a get driver. You can always generate those methods, but to show you how it works, I'm just going to type everything manually. So what's inside this method, right? So first thing I need to do is to check if the WebDriver instance doesn't exist for the current thread. So if driver pool.get driver pool.get is going to be equal to null, which means it doesn't exist. So in this case, I need to get a browser type from configuration, so you can type it manually, but as soon as in my framework, I already have this configuration.properties file. I'm gonna collect there the name of the actual browser, and I'm gonna use that through there, but you can always write it down manually. So in my case, if the driver doesn't exist, right? So I need to create another string. Let's name it browser type, and I'm gonna need to store there information from my configuration of properties. So, but basically in this case, I need to use configuration reader. I already have this files and this class and utilities right here, and then dot get property, and I'm just gonna provide the name of the browser. Right here. So real quick, let me just open this configuration of property file. So it basically just going to create the private entity, right? And through getters, I'm just gonna get the information from configuration.properties file, which is here. I have only one key and value property here. It's a browser equals to Firefox. You can change it to Chrome, up to you. So let's close it for now. All right, so configuration of property, I need to read that. And the next step is going to be I need to create the WebDriver instance based on the browser type. So we can use switch statement for different options, right? So let me, so what we need to provide here? So it's going to be a browser type, right? Next, I need to use different cases for different browsers. So let's start with the Firefox. So if the case will be Firefox, I need to set up the Firefox WebDriver, right? So it's going to be driver pool dot set, and here I need to provide. Here I need to create the new entity, right? So it's going to be like a new Firefox driver. new Firefox driver, and dot setup. So it means it's gonna be setup. Dot setup. New Firefox driver. No, it's my mistake. So it's not there. So I'm just gonna need to set the new Firefox driver. My bad. Alright, so the next step is gonna be I need to maximize the window, right? So as every time it will be open new session, I want it to be maximized to the full screen, right? So it's gonna be driver pull dot get, and here I need to use this manage dot maximize, manage window maximize, that window dot maximize right here, and the next line is I can just add, it is optional, but I would like to add timeouts. So I would like to add implicit wait, duration of, let's say, 10 seconds, just in case some elements doesn't exist right now. So I don't want those errors. Yeah, so I just want to set up this implicit wait in duration of 10 seconds. So let's add a driver pull again, dot get, and here I need to use dot manage dot timeouts dot implicitly wait, and let's say it's gonna be duration of seconds, and here we can provide just 10 seconds, right? Okay. And break. Okay, so we have only one case here, and to change that to I can leave it in terms of time, right? I don't want to waste our time. You can just copy and paste and change this Firefox to Chrome, and it's gonna be new Chrome driver, so just not waste time for that. Okay. And you can just copy and add another case, like a headless Chrome, different types of browser, depends on like which browser set you're gonna use in your framework. All right, and okay, so what's next? Next, I need to return the actual WebDriver instance for the current thread. So right here, yeah, right here, I just need to add return driver pull.get. So we'll return the entity of the WebDriver instance here. Okay. Then we can also add the method to close the WebDriver instance. It's gonna be very normal thing to close the driver each time, because we don't need this session, so it will stay open manually, but we don't need that. We want it to be closed in the end. So let's create the new method to close the WebDriver instance. It's going to be a public static void, because we don't have anything to return here. Close driver. Let's name it close driver, right? So what's next? Here I just want to check if the WebDriver instance exists. We're just gonna quit the WebDriver and remove it from the thread local variable. So let's just create this if statement, right? So if driver pull dot get it doesn't equal to null, it means that it exists. But we just need to quit that. So driver pull dot get dot quit, because if it exists, we have. So if it exists, we need to quit it. If it doesn't exist, we have nothing to quit, right? And then driver pull dot remove. All right. So this is overall the design pattern, right? So this is the driver class, and that's basically we created the Singleton Design Pattern here. So like I already said, we can just add different type of browsers here. So first of all, in configuration properties, you can always change the browser type to Firefox, and it is totally optional. You can do it even without the configuration properties. You can just provide the right away to Singleton your design type, but for reusability, the better approach is to store the browser type somewhere else and then to call it through like configuration reader here, right? Okay, so now let's go back to our step definition file and test it using Singleton Design Pattern. So this is our step, and this is how we used it before. We created an entity of the web instance here, but now we're gonna use Singleton, so it means that let's call it this way. So it's gonna be like a driver dot get driver. So we're gonna get the Singleton design through here, and then dot. So what we need to do, we need to go to this google.com again, right? So get. And let's paste, copy and paste the same URL we have here, and let's just not add driver.close here. So let's just run it and see how it looks. Okay, so we can our runner class is set up here. We can just click run our runner class, and let's see how it works. All right, it works perfectly. So the difference here, you see, for each session, we're gonna use the same entity of the driver. That's why it's called Singleton Design Pattern in terms of Selenium WebDriver in our framework. So here you see we have opened Firefox sessions, and let's quit them manually. And to not do it every time, we can just add another driver.close driver, and let's run it again and let's see how it works. So it's gonna open it, go to google.com and close it right away. Boom, it works. Our two tests are passed. So again, why should we use Singleton Design Pattern here? So I will give you three main reasons. So first one, a Singleton browser instance. I mean single browser instance, right? So it sure we want to make sure that there is only one instance of the WebDriver through the test execution. So we're gonna prevent the creation of like multiple browser instances. Second one is a resource management. So it manages the web browser and like as a shared resource, right? So allowing efficiency, and we're gonna use the browser session and prevent unnecessary overhead associated with the repeatedly creating and destroying browser instances. So the global access, that's reason number three. So it provides the global point of access to the WebDriver instance. This simplifies the process of obtaining a WebDriver in different parts of your test code, right? Okay, and if you like that video, or if you have any questions, you can always leave a comment, and please hit the thumbs up and click the subscribe button. So it was a GNT Creator, and see you in new videos. Bye.